Welcome back to the Minecraft world thing. Today's episode 11. Last episode, we made these two little buildings. We made it for sulfur, and we had some bamboo and some sugarcane stuff here. Now, what we're doing for this episode, we're gonna be digging, because down here, we'll have an entire farm for sulfur, bamboo, and sugarcane. And it'll all be automated, turning it into paper, sulfur blocks, and bamboo blocks. Yes, I know words. So, why don't we just get into it and start that digging? So, I needed to get a haze 2 beacon first, so that ended up with me getting the wizard to die. I had to grind skulls for a little while, had to make some new swords and all that stuff, but I got the nether star at the end, and I can start digging. Now, I messed up at the start because I didn't realize my pickaxe was efficiency 4, not efficiency 5. So that's why half this time lapse is like the first 4 layers, while the rest is like so many more. I could have done this faster, but I decided to dig layers 1 at a time. I could have done 2 at a time when I got efficiency 5 and could insta-mine, but nah, I just decided to take it slower, I guess. But here, yeah, you can just see how long it's taking. It's like literal molasses. I don't know how I didn't realize I only had efficiency 4, but I guess. And some villagers came, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and I forgot to unpause for a bit. Now I have Instamine, so, it's going a lot faster. Anyways, to fill things with things to talk about, yeah, terracotta. I'm gonna have a lot of those. I had to put some storage underneath my terracotta area because I already filled up the chests. So I just had to put more storage. And while I'm digging good, right? Yeah, I used like Matica for this because the farm was a little bit complicated for just being able to create it by my own in the world, so I had to use like Matica, and I think that's a compromise I'm willing to take of like not gonna use like Matica for everything, but for very complicated stuff like terraforming and farms, I will use like Matica so that I don't have to spend 20 hours of my life trying to figure something out. So it's been a bit. I'm still digging, and it did take me like 4 or 5 hours to dig this hole. So you get to watch. Yeah, you may hear my dogs. Sorry. Oops. But anyways, it's coming along well. With like Matica, I have been thinking if I should start using like Matica for building, because I'm kind of weighing the like making the stuff in the world and actually making something like really good looking. Because if I use Light Manica, I can beforehand like I can get all the resources I need, so I can use this specific stuff rather than just using the generic stuff over and over again like I would with like where I just grab a bunch of blocks and start building. So I'm wondering, should I use Light Matica? Because if I use like Light Matica, it will come with a better result, but then I won't be playing the game as much, as in I won't be in the world building and in the world designing. I'll just be on a creative copy, basically just playing creative mode and then occasionally bringing it over to a survival world, where it's like a little less of the I built this all in this world and more of just I took a creative world and slapped it into this one. So I have a little bit of complicated thoughts on it. Right now, I am kind of leaning towards the not using it, and I have been doing stuff with, like, we're in a creative, like, testing world. I'll basically recreate the building, add a bunch of details, and do all that stuff, and then sort of recreate it in the actual world, where it won't be a one-to-one, but most of the details will still be the same. Anyways, I had a lot of troubles with porting this Light Matica because how I built it, it's not really great for building like the sulfur spikes and stuff. But anyways, I think that's about all the time I have. Yeah, I'm putting in the lava and roof right now, so see you in the actual world right now. Now. And we're back on the world, and I have just completed this build, you know. Just gonna take the elevator down and look at it. It doesn't really match the style, but I still like it, because I love these little lava pillars. I love them so much. I love making these. They're so cool. Then we just have, oh, like you see there, the bamboo is growing. And, you know, might as well just do that. And then the bamboo will come into this chest. I believe it'll, yeah. So far, sulfur hasn't grown yet. But the bamboo and the sugarcane have. Now, sulfur is annoying. Sulfur takes, how long was it? 100 minutes on average to grow one spike. This whole block, or this whole farm, gets me 20 sulfur blocks an hour. I've already made half that on the bamboo. And it's been going for like 10 minutes. So, you know, pretty annoying. But, you know, gripes aside with the fact that they decided to make it in 100 minutes. Still, 100 minutes for sulfur spikes. Why do we need 100 minutes? Make it 20. Like, what are we doing? But the thing that I like is I made these. So it's very satisfying to just kind of keep flicking them on and off and just watch them go out like that. That's very satisfying to me. And it happens over here too. So this is also just in case I overproduce. I can just kind of turn off the farm so I don't clog up everything, you know? So that's good. Now, the reason I built this here is because I'm going to be working in this city area a lot, so this will just be constantly loaded. So that will hopefully get us enough sulfur spikes and stuff over time just to use in general. Anyways, we're going to finish off the episode by getting a little layer of this tough bricks over this and then just kind of detailing this little area back here. So let's go do that right now. And it is finally finished. It's been quite a bit. It's been like 5 days, I think, since I finished. I've been kind of doing a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, it's all done. I made this little plaza, I believe. I don't know what the best way to describe it is, but it's just a little area for the residents of this town and like this block to just kind of hang out, do everything they want to do, just have a good time. So over here we have some like seating areas. Let's actually get rid of this. That was just for while I was crafting stuff. We have some nice benches over here where like this is more for groups. Here's some like dining sections. Then over here we have the bathrooms, which aside from them being just like kind of basic, they also double as my entrance to the little farm area down here. As you can see, the farm's kind of just chugging along. So if we go back up here and go through the toilets again, let's make sure to close the other toilet real quick. Right here we have like a little basin for people to wash their hands at. I made sure to add these armor stands so that you can see like this is how you go down, this is how you go up. But I assume in like this world these are the signs for like gender or whatever. Like this would be the male and that would be the female one, you know, just in general. Then on the sides of these buildings, we have little storage spaces and little places where you can just kind of hang out, just kind of chill, hide away from the rain. Just little places like that. Then over here we have like a little cooking station where we have the places where we have like a preparation stuff over here. We have some little water areas. Here we have some smokers to be like, this is where you'd actually cook your food. Here's some little storage for the food. Here's a long preparation counter. Here's where like all the drinks and condiments are. You would have them all here, and that would be nice. And then I built these really nice palm trees. The thing with these palm trees is a dripstone, although a very like unusual block. I saw it mainly used in a flip video and I really liked it, of using dripstone as a trunk. I think it actually does end up looking really nice. And the vibe that I was intending to go for it is just kind of this, like, covering and adding shade to the whole place. So I tried to make it so, like, all the leaves would extend to kind of cover the area. I kind of missed a spot here, but that's kind of alright. Still, at the end of the day, it's nice to be able to look up and see all these different palm trees. And I made sure to put them in this little, like, box thing, because I've seen this a lot where they'll put, like, trees or whatever in these little, like, planter boxes in these, like, urban-ish areas, more tropical urban-ish areas. Then over here, like, this is my favorite spot of the build, just because there's so much, like, shade you get to see. There's so much, like, complexities to this whole area. And I think once I fully extend this block, this little segment, to fully surround this area, I think then the build will actually come to life, because it is really good looking here and like here, but as you go to this side where there aren't as many like houses and stuff, then you start to kind of lose that kind of encapsulating feeling. Because at the end of the day, you want this area to be more like feeling encapsulating, in the fact that it kind of makes it more cozy. Like, this is a place you could spend the rest of your life just on a bench, looking at the sky and hanging out with friends and stuff. And not just a random place, you know? So I hope that this kind of portrays the idea of a community being here, where everyone is like helping each other out and sharing a good time and partying and all that stuff. I might do some like armor stand magic and like actually create people sitting down, cooking, relaxing, spending time together. I might do that, but that's like a very future adding details to the world rather than a do it as I go kind of thing. I think one video, or I'm going to try and finish off this like whole block. Then after I'm done with all of those houses and this is fully encapsulated, I'll add the finishing details to this area, like those armor stands with the armor poser mod. Because I've seen a lot of armor stand art on like Hermitcraft, and it looks so good, and it adds so much life to the build. Because right now, it is kind of just empty, but if I can have the people that like I imagine being here, and just add story elements, like maybe one person's cooking, and then there's two people talking here, and oops, someone bumped in, someone spilt something, like, just adding all those story elements of, like, this is a party area where people just go to hang out, celebrate, and do all that stuff. But hopefully that's been long enough for an episode, because I really need to get this out. It's been, like, 3 weeks, I think. I don't know how long. I still have forgot to update my skin. It's August, and this is my July skin. So, anyways, See you guys next time, and bye-bye.